So, welcome everyone to the first virtual facial. I hope you're all doing well. It's an honor to have you here tonight. I am Teresa Phillips, the formulator and developer of Redeem and Renew Skin Solutions. And tonight I am going to share with you some of the things that we have in our store at redeemandrenew.com. I'm excited about it. We have been so blessed to have this skincare company, and it's just an honor to be able to see if I can make esters out of people to do what's best for people. I mean, I just love it. I do. I just love it. And tonight I'm going to take you through the paces on how to use the spa kit. Yes, I'm going to do that because I think it's important for us to understand that the spa kit, it was the Royal Spa Kit, but we call it the ProGlow because it literally transforms your skin the very first time you use it. I started this company a few years ago because I really felt I wanted to do something to make people feel better about themselves. And I'm very involved in the seven cultural spheres of influence, but this is one of the influences that I think people seem to have a tendency to overlook, and that is how we look. And we're not criticizing how we look. I'm just saying that there's ways that we can improve on what we have. Our skin barrier is the largest organ in our body, and technically, it is the most neglected organ of our body because it's out there in the elements day and night. I mean, in your house, it's dry, it's humid, or it's cold, or it's warm. You're baking, you're cooking, you're working, you're cleaning, you're doing all the things that you need to do. And at the same time, at the very same time, we're actually hurting our skin barrier. Now, my skin is clean. The only thing I have is I have my eyebrows on because I never go anywhere without them because I plucked them so much when I was a kid. And when I did that, I actually destroyed them. So if you have children or grandchildren, and they're plucking their eyebrows, show them how to do it. Give them some videos. It's important to do it right. So tonight I'm going to take you through some things. I want to show you why the Pro Glow is so vital to our skincare. We start out with the foaming cleanser. Now you can use any cleanser you want, but I love this foaming cleanser because it gets deep into the skin and my skin is already clean, but this foaming cleanser is fantastic. After you use the foaming cleanser, this is the Sea Mist toner. Now, people have a lot of misconceptions about toners. Toners do have a tendency for some people to really dry their skin. This one doesn't. This has organic materials in it which actually hydrate the skin. So what we do is we take a pump, just like that, put it in our hands, rub it all over our face. That's what I do every single morning after I wash my face. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to take us through the very first step of the Pro Glow facial. You'll start out with the brightener. Now, I will tell you that sometimes the bottle's a little different. It's simply because I am a very small company. I only have a few sales every month. We were at the Painted Tree, and everybody in the world knows that the Painted Tree closed 70,000 small businesses overnight. So we lost all that. But we still have this. But our bottles will still look like this. They'll still have the same color palette. It's just that they may not always be round. They might actually be square, depending on what we can get, because they want us to buy 10,000 lots. Well, I can't spend, $1,000, $5,000 for bottles. Just can't do it. So we're going to start out with the first product. It's called the Brightener Serum. Now, I love this serum. Now, you're going to see I'm going to take this washcloth and I'm putting it in very warm water. And I mean warm, it's almost hot. And what we do is we take the brightener Dropper. Rub it in our hands. Yes, we do, because we want to warm it up. We put it right on our face. And as you can see, I'm going up into my hairline. I'm going up into here now. But people don't take care of their skin. They don't take care of it right here. This is very age reflecting right here. And I don't know why this camera is doing this, so I'm just going to do that. Now I have a very warm washcloth. I'm going to put that right over my face. Yes, I am. Now, I only do that for a couple seconds, but you will do that and you will count to 25. Did you notice I did not wash that off? And I'm going to take my collar and I'm going to push this underneath so that you can see that I'm not a spring chicken. Now we have the second serum. This is called the Calmer. Now this has lavender and chamomile in it, which is very soothing. And it's very great for people if you have a sunburn, if you have skin irritation. It's really wonderful. Dropper. We're going to put that right through our hands. Yep, and we're going to warm that one up as well. Get those lips. Tops of those ears. Get down on those ears. You'll actually feel how dry your ears are on the back of your ears when you do that. Neck. Back of the hands. Back into the hot water. Just do this at your sink. It only takes a few minutes. I mean, you could do 10 minutes a day. It gives you a professional grade facial. And this spa kit, which actually comes in this size, this is the regular size spa kit. As you can see, it has the wash, the serums, directions, the cream, the lip balm. It's all in there. Wonderful. Now I'm taking this warm cloth, putting it back over my face. And I tell you, it feels so good. Feels so good on the skin. I'm even going to do a little bit under my neck. Can you see how my skin's turning just slightly pink? It's because the pores of my skin with the warm washcloth are actually opening up, and the product is actually going into my skin. Now, one of the things, I'm going to tell you, a lot of people are crazy, and they'll do anything for a sale. But I want to share something with you right here. This is a really key item to have. A rose quartz roller. I use rose quartz because it's balanced. I don't use jade. I use rose quartz. It's balanced. I actually have a small makeup refrigerator in my bathroom, and I keep this in the refrigerator because then it's nice and cold. And it does this right underneath the eyes. Smooths out. And as you can see, I still have the serum on my face. What am I doing? I'm putting that serum into my skin. We do have these on site. I cannot guarantee how many I have left, though. Once that is done, I like to sit and just think about my skin a little bit, and I touch it. It feels slightly tacky, which means that it's ready for another product. Now, you don't have to use these two other products that I'm going to put on my face. I'm just putting them on there to let you see that the products work with each other. Everything that we've created here at Redeem and Renew works with each other. So you can mix it up. I'm not talking about putting it in and stirring it. I'm talking about you can actually develop your own process on how you do it. Now, this product that I have, it's only 4% retinol. Because I have dry skin, I'm only using one big drop because retinol can actually dry your skin, but I need it to rejuvenate my skin, so I use it only twice a month. And I put that right on over the top. Now you can see that my skin is getting a little pinker. My skin is saying, thank you. Look at that healthy glow that is coming. I just love it. Now I'm going to rinse my face or my cloth. Warm water once again. Yes, indeedy. That is your secret to having products work at their optimal. Now, the last serum, now you don't need to use these two serums. You can just do the two brightener and the calmer and then go right into your moisturizer. That's fine. But because I haven't done this in a while and I wanted to do it tonight, this is hyaluronic acid. Our hyaluronic acid is about 7 to it's almost 9%. And it is absolutely wonderful. It's very hydrating. You can actually take it, put it on your hands, and run it through your hair before you fully dry it. And it really prevents the hair from drying out. I use the whole dropper. Yes, I do. Rub it into my hands because hyaluronic acid is so good for your skin. It gets into that top layer. Now, we have people that talk about, you got 10 layers of skin, 7 layers. There's actually only 3 layers. And each one of those 3 layers has a small sublayer. But you actually are getting into the dermis, the top layer. And if you can see, my skin is already drying up. I mean, it's already sucking it in. And of course, back of the hands. I laughed so hard when somebody told me one day, oh, your hands look so old. Well, if you lived on a farm like I did and you were outside all the time pulling weeds and taking care of animals, your hands might look old too. But I don't live there anymore. I live, in a cottage in town. So what am I doing? Yes, I am. Warm cloth. Oh, that feels so good. Warm cloth over my face. That feels good. Now that was the maximum of doing your facial. That was maximum. That wasn't that hard to do. And the package that the regular size facial comes in, that's 30 facials. 30 facials for less than the price of one at a spa. Now, the last thing that I'm going to do is that I'm going to take my Royal Glow face cream. Now, I see that we have Karen is on and she has used our products. Royal Glow, across the mouth, face. And as you can see, I'm not anything great here. It's just at my age, I wanted to feel better about myself. That's all there was to it. And then I finish up with our lip balm. We've had actually a movie star, I can't tell you who it is, a well-known celebrity, actually uses the lip balm, but when I asked if I could use her testimony, she said, no, that'll cost you a lot. Now, we do have another product here. This is a vitamin C. This is what I call the wrinkle cure. Right around your mouth. Right here. You see right here, I have a big scar right here. Got in a car crash years ago. Bifolds. Guess what I'm going to do now? It feels so much better when it's cold. And what's ever left on that, I'll just put down there on those wrinkles right there. on those creases. And there you have a full facial that you could get at a spa and pay $300 for. But you don't have to pay that. I think it's great. And then before you go out, if you do this in the morning, I would prefer that you do the serums at night because then your body can take care of it. Tinted moisturizer. This moisturizer does have SPF in it, 30 SPF. And one of the great things about our products, this tinted moisturizer, I make it from the Royal Glow face cream. Now we have another product that I think is really fantastic. And we have had people from all over buy it. It's actually becoming our #1 seller on the site. And it's called the Skin Repair. Skin Repair is made up of jojoba. It's made up of shea butter, mango butter, avocado. It has green tea in it. It's got the ingredients that are so healthy for your skin. It has vitamin E, and it has a little bit of nano silver in it for a preservative. I do not use chemical preservatives. I use natural preservatives. So I use nano silver, which ends up making it antibacterial, which is interesting, isn't it? Now, if you look up here, this is me in 2012. This picture was taken a few weeks ago. That is before the skincare. That is after the skincare. Yep. Now, back to this beautiful product right here. We had a lady that came to our church. That they don't come anymore because it was too far away. And I saw her digging into her arm one day, just digging and digging. And I looked at her arm, and her arm just looked so sad. I mean, she had this terrible cracking on her arm. It was dry, it was bitter, it was terrible. So the next week when they came in, I gave her a jar of the Skin Repair. If you go to the reviews and on our site, you will actually see, actually, it's probably on the front page of our site. There's a picture of her arm. She used the Skin Repair on her arm. A week later, it was transformed. Now watch this. Watch this. Look at that skin, the hydration on that skin. This is phenomenal. I just wish I could get a hand lift, but I can't. But this Skin Repair, I found out later she had something called eczema and psoriasis. I don't know if that's the same thing. I really don't know. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm just a doctor of ministry. But she came back a week later and it was 90% gone. My granddaughter has eczema. She had it on her feet and behind her knees. I sent her a jar. She put it on there. She uses it every night because it keeps everything under control and she has no signs of it. And so when she calls me, she's like, Grammy, do you have any more of that cream? My skin is itching. And I send it to her and she just loves it. And we oftentimes put that on special. Now, I will tell you, it comes in a 4-ounce and it comes in a 2-ounce. I would prefer you get the 4-ounce because you're getting actually more of the product for the money. So there you have it. You have the basic facial for your face and your body. What more do you need? Literally, what more do you need? You don't need to go to those spas and spend all that money, unless, of course, you need someone to do a relaxing facial because you need it so bad because you're under a lot of stress. I did have a Hydra facial in January, and it was nice and it was soothing. But for what I had to pay for it, technically what I had was just comparable or better. I I just felt like it was just better. I really did. Because I know my skin. This is 70-year-old skin, folks. 2012. Now, people don't even believe it. My own doctor didn't even believe my age. He thought they made a mistake on the paperwork. I have to put my glasses on though. So any of you have any questions, just come on in. I just let you come on in. You can undo your camera. You can come on in, Nancy or Lonnie or Karen. Just come on in and ask any questions. We have a chat box. If you have any questions, you can put it in the chat box. Right now, for you.
Right now, for you. Right now, for you. Right now, for right
I don't know what's going on there. It's echoing from somebody.
It's echoing from somebody.
Okay, Karen, it was echoing from you because you're in here twice. Don't know how that happened. But I will tell you that for those of you that are on the broadcast tonight, you get 20% off at checkout by just typing in capital letters Zoom. You get the 25% off.
Oh, that's me again.
Yeah, Karen, you're in there twice. I don't know how. I don't know how, Karen. Just type it in if you can, Karen, because it's echoing. I don't know why, but it is. But anyway, Nancy or Lonnie, do either one of you have any questions or would you like to say anything? I'd really appreciate some feedback if possible. Hi, Nancy.
Hi.
How are you?
All right. I do very little for my skin, just a basic anti-wrinkle cream.
Uh-huh.
So how do you get started? How do you know it works for you?
Well, my skin, when I first started it back here, it was so dry, it was nasty. I mean, my skin looked nasty. I'd never really started taking care of my skin until I started the skincare company. I never took care of it. I was outside in the weather all the time. Very rarely did I even put any sunblock on my face. I mean, that's the way I was. That's how much this spa kit transformed my skin. That's what transformed my skin. Now, it does come in a starter size, in a basic size, but what you need to know is you can, on the site, there's called a skin quiz. And you can take that quiz, and at the end of the quiz, the website will tell you what are the best products on our site that would be needed for you. Like if you have oily skin, you don't want oily serums. I mean, you don't want what I call, see, what would you not want? Actually, with oily skin, you could almost have almost all of it. If you have super dry skin, I would be very careful using retinols. There's a lot of retinol in some of this, the skin creams that are out there. If you have super dry skin, I would advise not to use it because retinol actually is a #1 product for people with acne and super oily skin because it dries out the skin. I was at a craft show and I was showcasing some of our products there, and a young girl walked by and her skin was literally peeling off her face. It was raw underneath. And I said, "Could you please come over and can I talk to you a minute?" I said, "Could you tell me what's wrong with your skin?" She says, "Oh, I'm supposed to do this. This is retinol. It's supposed to peel my face off." I said, "No, it's not." I said, "No, it's not." I said, "Do you have oily skin? Do you have dry skin?" She goes, "Oh, I have severe dry skin." I said, "How old are you?" She says, "I'm 19." And I said, "With dry skin?" She said, "Yes." I said, "Throw away the retinol." And I gave her the Royal Glow face cream. I said, "I want you to take that home. and I want you to put it on your face 3 times a day. And I want you to rinse your face with our facial wash because it's got nano silver in it. And the nano silver is an antibacterial, which will clear it up. It will clean your skin. And she says, well, I don't know if I can do that. And I said, you have a choice. Either use something like this or use dial soap. And she went, ooh. And I said, yeah, you don't want to do that. So she came back 2 weeks later to that market that I was at, and her skin was starting to heal. The skin barrier was coming back to its natural skin barrier. And then from there on, we were able to get her the right products. So my suggestion, I mean, do you know, Nancy, if you have dry skin, oily skin in between
I've combined. Well, mostly it's normal, I would say.
normal,
Normal to dry. But
then
it
the
depends on the
spot
time of
kit.
year. Right. I live in the north, so it's a time of year when the heat's on, it tends to be drier.
Oh yeah, yeah, I understand that a lot because I'm just outside of Chicago. We just had a rainstorm today, but yet we're still in a frost line. Plants are coming up, but we're in a frost line. Go figure. But yeah, when you've got the heat on in the house, your skin gets super dry. And my suggestion really is if you want to start small to see if it works, the starter package, which is 45% off right now, this is what you want. It's got the 2 serums, it's got directions, it's got the wash, it's got the cream, and it has the lip balm in it. It is a basic, complete professional grade facial without all the heavy additives. And I had someone sent me an email. When was that? Just a few weeks ago. Actually, they sent me a message on TikTok and asked me how I felt about tallow. And I said, I don't like it. I don't approve of it. And they're like, oh, how could you say this? And I said, simply because it's animal fat. It's rendered animal fat. And you are putting a living bacteria on your face. That's what it is. No matter what, they have to add tons and tons of chemicals and bleach and whatever to it. You can whip it up and make it look good, but it's still animal fat. And so I don't encourage people to do that when we have wonderful skincare products out on the market that don't have that livestock bacteria in it. And that's so much better for your skin. We've got Karen says, oh, the spa kit is the best. I gave myself a facial a few minutes ago and it feels so luxurious. My skin feels moist and soft. I'm 84 years old and people always tell me I look younger. The skin repair is amazing. It stays on all day. So Nancy, I hope that helps. Um, I would also suggest we have 2 other items that are on site that are, we do have a Vital C complete package, which is the cream and the serum and this little jobby right here. I don't have a label on it. I ran out of labels. This is a Vital C anti-wrinkle, and you actually use it around your mouth, around your eyes, and in your bifolds. That's where you use it. And it's absolutely wonderful. It's anti-aging and it literally helps the wrinkles on your face. And it goes deep into that first layer of skin. So we have a vitamin C package. You can buy the items separately. You don't have to buy the kit. Um, but with dry skin, especially winter dry skin, there are 2 things that I have been using because we have electric heat in our house. And I use the peptide serum, the triple peptide serum, and the hyaluronic acid on top of doing the spa kit because by morning my skin feels so dry. It just feels so dry. And throughout the day, my husband's always laughing, but I always got one of these in every room of the house and underneath my pillow. If I wake up in the middle of the night, I literally take my lip balm and go like this because I don't want to have those heavy lines here. And what I was starting to get around my mouth is gone. And I'm grateful for that. So I hope that helps and gives you an idea. You can also use the skin repair. We have some people that use the skin repair on their face. It wasn't created for the face, but it can be used on the face and on the whole body. This is really, really great on those dry feet. It's really great for that. Does that help, Nancy?
In part, like turkey neck, and then on my arms, I have these weird patches that I'm not sure what to do about.
Are they dry?
No, they're like little circles that are shiny, and they're all over my arms, like little dots. In the summer, they go away in the sun. So I don't know what it is.
Have you been to a dermatologist?
No, no.
It would not hurt to have a dermatologist look at that. It would not hurt because you want to make sure that sometimes, without even knowing it, your skin could have a parasite. And when it gets in the sun, the parasite goes dormant. So you might want to check that out. I'm not saying that's what it is, but you don't want to play with different spots. I just went to my dermatologist 2 weeks ago because I had a spot on my arm that just would itch. It would flake off and then come back later and it would itch again and it would flake off. And I'm putting the skin repair on it and I'm doing everything I can. And it's still doing that. So I went to the dermatologist. She goes, "Oh, we got to burn that off." I said, "Why?" She says, "Because I don't like the looks of that." She says, "That's not something you want to play with." So she took 3 spots here and burned them off. There's not going to be a scar. There's not going to be a mark. She said, "Don't do anything with it." And she says, "But the rest of your skin looks great." But because I was a kid and I was always out in the sun, you get little things. And I had 3rd-degree burns on my back when I was a kid because I was stupid enough to go in front of a sun lamp with baby oil on my back 15 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, I got a 3rd-degree burn on my back.
I
So
believe.
I go in and get my back checked every year just to
Mhm.
make sure I've got nothing happening. So that's an option for you is to check out with your dermatologist. Another option is to try the skin repair and just see if they're just plain dry patches because the skin gets so dry, especially in the winter. I mean, mine does. I mean, I actually had dry patches back here. I just felt this year, I felt like I was drier than normal, but it was colder this year than what we've had in years.
Well, I think my skin's getting really rather crepey, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
It's
it
like
does make sense because that's dehydration. And whenever I'm on a broadcast, people will see me drinking this. Sister Karen, she comes to our church. I've always got this either in my car or in the church. It's electrolytes because I dehydrate so quickly. I don't know why I do, but I don't sweat. A lot of people can go outside and sweat. I can go out in 100-degree heat. I don't sweat. I don't feel the heat. That's why I dehydrate so quickly. So I always encourage people, no matter what, do electrolytes at least once a day if you have dry skin, because it will really help your skin a lot. There's another thing that you can do for your skin is if you have dry, crepey skin, is to help it from the inside out. Go to Amazon.com and see if you can find a hyaluronic tablet. Um, a company reached out to me. I don't think I have it right now. Reached out to me a few weeks ago called Gelabus. It's a company that was made in Switzerland, that's in Switzerland, that makes a tablet of hyaluronic acid that you can take. I took that and I was shocked at how great my joints felt with that. So I told them, because they wanted a video on that. I told them, I said, the very first day, they said, "You don't get results the first day." I said, "Not only did I get the result the first day that I could feel it in my joints, but I gave it to my husband, who is a disabled veteran, and his joints, he suffers terribly in his joints. By the 3rd day, he said, I can't get over the difference. And that's just by taking a hyaluronic acid tablet. So when you apply it topically and you take it internally, you are actually doing your skin a great favor. So I would suggest that. I don't carry that. I used to work with a lab where I had products like that on my site. I don't do that anymore because I can't afford the insurance. But that's just an option. But Karen just put in here, skin repair helps the crepey skin. It is the truth. It is the truth. It does help it. But you have to be consistent with skincare. People do not understand the necessity of being consistent. Sometimes they want to fix overnight. The only thing that's going to give you a fix overnight, in my opinion, is the spa kit, the ProGlow spa kit. Because as you can see, just by doing it, look at the glow on my face. That will be like that until morning because I just did my facial before I went to bed. This was it. But it does. There immediately you can feel the difference in your skin. You can literally feel the hydration in your skin. It's softer, it's calmer, and it glows more. So it's just a consideration for you to think of.
Okay, so
Any, any,
that does the neck
yes, look at here. Yeah, skin repair.
on the neck.
Yeah, but use the roller. People think that's crazy. They go, oh, that doesn't work. Oh, yes, it does. I've been doing this every day. And I'll tell you another thing that works with underneath your chin is if you put your hand right here at the base of your neck and lift your chin and go from side to side and lift it till you really feel it. You are literally using the muscles underneath to retighten your skin, and it works. There's videos all over YouTube on doing facial exercises, and truthfully, they work. But it's just like anything else. If you go out and you want to work out and you want to get muscle, you got to work at it.
What about the red light masks?
I think they're fantastic. It depends on which ones you get. I think that if you wanted to do red light therapy, number one, before you do, please check with a dermatologist or your doctor just to see if they think your skin's okay to handle it. Number two, don't go for the cheapy ones that are 20, 30, $40. They're nothing. But go for the ones that are really worth it. I think red light therapy is absolutely fantastic. It rejuvenates the skin. Yeah.
Okay, because there's some that are like red, blue, and yellow, and
Yeah, there's a little tool that does that.
yeah.
And I have that tool and I use that tool maybe 3 times a week. And I just count everything in 25, 25, 25, 25, 25. I do it in 25. I even when I do my washcloth, I count to 25. I don't know why 25 is my magic number, but it's my number. And it does seem to help. And it helps a lot in this area. It just helps a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the nano, there's like a nicotinamide. Is that good for your skin?
Oh, you mean niacinamide?
Yes.
Niacin Yes, it's excellent for your skin. It's excellent. It's also excellent for your hair. You take it with hyaluronic acid, you mix them both together in your hand, just a little drop, run it right through the ends of your hair. It's fantastic. After I wash my hair, I actually put the Royal Glow face cream right through my hair. Just psh, because all of it's natural. You could eat it. I don't want you to, but you could.
So, do you have niacinamide? Is
Yes,
that
there is niacinamide on site. Yes.
so? What are you recommending? Like you
Well,
you see, there's the heavy jowls and the turkey neck.
I would do for the jowls and the turkey net, I would do the skin repair, niacinamide, and hyaluronic acid. Those three I think would be very good for that. You could use a little bit of retinol, but I would be very careful with that if you have dry skin. I am not, I know a lot of people love retinoids, they love retinols, they love retinals. I think they're wonderful, but I think you have to know your own skin barrier because people have a tendency to overdo it with retinol. They just think, oh, I've heard that this is such a great product that it's just going to be a miracle cure. And then they come up and they're like, my skin's itching. I think it just needs to, like our retinol, the maximum I would say to ever use this is 3 times a month because I think it's necessary to protect your skin barrier. Now, one thing that I do with my retinol is I take the Premier retinol and I put it in my hand. I put the Royal Glow face cream in with it and I mix it up. I just mix it all up together and put it on my face because you need to hydrate after using any retinol product. Even the retinol creams that are out there, you literally should hydrate again on top of that because retinol can dry your barrier. It can rejuvenate your barrier, but it takes time for retinol to do that. So you have to protect it at the same time. Does that help?
Well, yeah. So is there an order to those products that you're recommending?
Yeah, follow the same process that's in the spa kit. Follow the same process. Wash, serum one, serum two, cream. It's always one, wash, serum, cream. That's the way you do it. I was talking to someone the other day. They were on Facebook and they had a bad condition on their skin or on their legs. They said their legs were so dry that it looked scaly and that she was using, what did she say? Oh, she said, I wash my skin, I put the cream on, I put oil on, and nothing's happening. I came back at her and said, you have to reverse the process because oil sink will go right into the skin after you wash it, especially if your skin is warm. The oil goes right into the skin faster and penetrates that top layer. And then the cream goes in over the top. And over the few minutes before it's, while it's drying, it begins to penetrate. Where oil penetrates quickly, and then the cream on top does a double whammy for it. And so the process is wash, serum, cream. That's the order, the best order. And if you're using more than one serum, it doesn't matter which one you use first. Because if you're using the warm washcloth over your face, it's going to work the same with every serum because it opens up the pores and the pores go, thank you, thank you, thank you, and sucks it right in. So it's always wash, serum, cream. That's your process.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else have anything to say? Lonnie, how about you? You're being awfully quiet. Did we lose Lonnie? Maybe not. Karen says you will notice the difference right away. Love it. And it is true. You will notice the difference immediately after using the spa kit. And if your skin feels like it's red or hot, just take the calmer serum, put it in there and put it right back over your top of your face because there's vitamin C in the brightener serum and vitamin C penetrates very quickly. And it scares people sometimes because their skin is red, but the redness goes away and the glow comes in. So I want to encourage you to go to redeemandrenew.com and use the code that I've given you using Zoom at checkout. But right now, for tonight only, it leaves tomorrow. The basic skincare package, the brightener, the calmer, the little package, the basic one to start with. Right now, that's 40% off just because of this broadcast tonight. Anybody else have anything to say or any questions? Now remember, that was 2012, 2026. Even let my hair grow. I had it short for 100 years, it felt like. No questions? Karen, did you have a question you wanted to type in? No, she's good. Well, I want to thank you all for being on the broadcast tonight, and we're going to do a small recap. You've got the brightener serum, calmer serum, organic wash, Royal Glow face cream, lip balm. As you can see, I use it all the time because I don't want those. I don't want those. I want to get rid of those. And what I really love is this little jewel right here. When we're at the markets, we can't keep this in stock. As a matter of fact, we were just at the, oh, Karen, yes. Just text me and I'll make sure you get it. When we were at the Painted Tree boutiques that just shut us all down and took all our money, they're not going to replace it. We didn't keep this in stock. People came back for it over and over again and for the skin repair. This one is lavender. We only have two fragrances, actually one fragrance. Lavender, which is very light. It's very light, but I love lavender because it's very calming to the skin, and no fragrance. I don't like to put a lot of fragrances in anything because, who needs it? So if anybody has anything that they want to add to it, Lonnie, Nancy, Karen, I appreciate you all for coming on. There were a few other people that came on but popped off, and they will get a copy of the video. So I thank you so much, and go to redeemandrenew.com, use Zoom, all capital letters, and get your 20% off. Thank you. And that concludes our broadcast today and my very first virtual facial. God bless. Bye.